What's up, guys? I want to let you know that I have created another free brush pack for you, which consists of my personal favorite 8 brushes from the Ultimate Photo Manipulation brush bundle that I created last year. This brush pack, once again, is completely free to download, and this video I created for you so you can actually get the most out of this free brush pack. Now, of course, if you really enjoy this free brush pack, you can get the Ultimate Photo Manipulation brush bundle as well. Some of you actually got me feedback that it's too expensive, so I decided to reduce the price a whole lot to make it more accessible for everybody. But first, let me show you how to get the most out of this sample pack. Let's go. Alright, so here we have example number 1, and I just want to show you how to quickly add northern lights to a sky like this one. So you can see we've got the background layer, then all we have to do is create a new pixel layer, go to the IAMRENSI sample pack and click on the first brush, which is the northern lights. Now, once I press B to select my brush tool, you can see that I can paint in a northern light, but usually the northern lights have some color. So I'm gonna change my color right here in my colors panel to something, let's say bright green, so something like this. And maybe turn it around a little bit, maybe increase the brush size a little bit. And what I would do usually is just click in the middle of my screen and then use the move tool to position it wherever I want it to be. Now, why I do this is because if I would place it immediately where I want it, so let's say I want to place it right here, and if I would like to move it right now, you can see that our northern lights is cut off right here. So that is because we only stamp the brush inside of our canvas and not outside of our canvas. So let me press Command C a couple of times. Let's grab the northern lights, press the brush tool, and yeah, position it in the middle of my screen. Now there's no edges, and now I can position it however I like. So I increase it, I position it something like this. And now if I would reposition it, you can see that I have got the whole thing intact, let's say. So yeah, I would position it somewhere around here maybe. I could maybe turn it around a little bit so that it just matches the perspective, let's say. And now you can see that it's overlapping my volcano right here. So I'm gonna make a quick selection of my volcano with the quick selection brush. I'm gonna select my northern lights layer and I'm gonna press delete, either delete, or I'm gonna use a layer mask and invert my layer mask. And now it's behind the volcano, let's say. All right, so that is how easy it is to add northern lights to your sky. Of course, you could also use this northern light thing as something magic. So let's say if there's a ball or some planet or whatever, you could just make it look like there's some magical twirl around it, let's say. All right, now let's go to the second example, and that is also the second brush, of course, and this is the cloud brush. So let me press B, let's select the cloud brush. Of course, my cloud, I want it to be white, so I'm gonna press D on my keyboard to select white as a foreground color. And let's say I just want to add a cloud right over here. And that is how easy it is to create a cloud. Now, of course, clouds and lightning, they go very well together. So I'm gonna go to my lightning brush and I'm gonna decrease the brush size a little bit. I'm gonna click once right over here. And you can see that this lightning brush consists of two lightnings, let's say. I only need the middle one, so I'm gonna press E on the keyboard and I'm just gonna brush out this part because I'm not gonna need it. And yeah, now it just looks like our cloud, our little floating cloud has got some thunder going on. Now you can see that my lightning is on top of my cloud, which is something I don't really like, so I'm gonna drag it below my cloud and position it maybe somewhere around here. And if I would like to change the color of my lightning, all I would have to do is just go to my layer effects panel, create an outer glow. Maybe I want it to be pink or blue or whatever. You can just change the color to whatever you like. Let's go for some pink. Increase the radius just a little bit. And yeah, that's basically how you can create some fun lightning. Now, of course, there's some things to tweak and to make it look better. But that's how easy it is to make some lightning, let's say. We could also position it elsewhere if we would like, so we can just play around however we like, of course. And maybe we like to make it seem like the lightning is hitting the volcano. let's hide our northern lights, and there we go. So that's how easy it is to create some fun photo manipulation with, yeah, fun brushes, let's say. All right, so let's go to the next example, and this one is also pretty cool, and that is this Firework brush. So let's press B on the keyboard and let's select the Firework brush. Let's say we want to have some firework coming out of the volcano. So I'm just gonna click once right over here. And same thing, if I want to change the color of this firework, all I would have to do is go to my layer effects, go create an outer glow. Let's say we want the firework to be red. I don't know why, but why not? Increase the radius just a bit or a whole lot, just depends on how you want it to look. I'm just gonna increase the radius just a tiny bit. You can play around with the intensity as well if you want to, but I'm gonna leave it at around, yeah, let's say around 50%, and maybe increase the radius just a bit more, and there we go. That's how you create fireworks. Now you can also do this with a normal red brush, let's say. So let's actually create a new pixel layer. Let's hide this one for now. I'm gonna select my firework once again, press B on the keyboard, and now select red as a color, or blue or green or any color. And yeah, just click once and there you have your fireworks. But honestly, I think this one just looks a little more natural. Yeah, just how it would look in real, let's say. All right, now our next brush is a light flare, and I'm gonna go to my next image to show you this light flare. All right, so here I have an image of my camper and my dog, but this is Buddy, and he actually was very young when I took this image. Now he's a whole lot bigger. And yeah, same thing, I want to create a new pixel layer. I'm gonna select my, my brush tool, of course, and I'm gonna select the lens flare from the sample pack. And what I would do is basically just make my brush a bit smaller and click in the center of my headlight, let's say, and on the other side as well. So something like this would look fine to me. And if I want to give it some color, of course, I can just give it an outer glow, increase the radius just a little bit, and change the color to, let's say, some more orangey color, because I know my headlights are more orangey or yellowish, let's say. Maybe decrease the radius just a bit, like so. Decrease the opacity, maybe the intensity down a little bit. Something like this looks fine to me. And now I would play a little bit with the blend ranges to make it look more interesting and more realistic, let's say. So something like this would look pretty good to me. So this is the before and this is the after. Pretty cool. And if I want to add some light beam to it, let's say I would create a new pixel layer and select the next brush, which is the light beam brush. Press B on the keyboard and yeah, just place it wherever I want. So let's say somewhere around here. I'm gonna press V on the keyboard to reshape this thing a little bit to make it a whole lot wider. And I'm probably gonna reduce the opacity a bit. Something like this. Maybe I'm gonna add some outer glow to this thing as well. Let's see how that actually looks when I make this also a bit orangey. Yeah, something like this, let's say. And let's copy this one over to the other side. So with this layer selected, I'm gonna hold Alt and drag it over to the other side and maybe reduce the opacity on this side a little bit. And there we go. So that is how to turn on the lights. This is the before and this is the after using, yeah, light flares and a light beam. Now then there's two brushes left. So let's go to the bottom one first, and that is actually a grass brush. And this brush makes it stupidly easy to place any object in or on a grass surface, let's say. So I found this image on Pexels. Let me actually resize this thing a bit so that we have more grass to work on. Something like this. And now I'm just gonna go to my assets and let's grab an animal from my animal asset pack. Maybe, I don't know, maybe this elephant right over here. I'm gonna decrease his size a little bit so we put him in the center. And yeah, just grab my grass brush, gonna go back to my layers and create a layer mask. And this is actually a masking brush. So I'm gonna press B on the keyboard, make sure that my color is set to black. And yeah, basically just mask out parts of his feet, or a bigger part of his feet maybe, so that it looks like he's actually standing deeper in the grass, let's say. Same for this one, so mask out some parts, maybe mask out a bit deeper, and maybe we want to make it look like his trunk is also a bit in the grass. Now, of course, there's a whole lot of things to do, like adding shadows and this kind of stuff. But now you can see that this is the before. It just looks like he's glued onto the grass, and now it actually looks like he's standing in the grass. Now, then there's one more example that I've got for you, and that is the particle brushes. And yeah, particles work very well with everything that's, let's say, brightening up something. So let's say fire or neon or glow or whatever. So I took this image from a tutorial that I made, and I also used particles on this one, but I'm gonna create some new particles. So how to do this? We're gonna create a new pixel layer. I'm gonna select the particle brush or the dust particle brush. I'm gonna press B on the keyboard to select it, to select my brush tool, and I'm just gonna create some particles. So I'm gonna, let's say, click right around here and maybe make some bigger particles, something like this. Maybe make some smaller particles. You can also rotate the brush using the arrow keys. And there we go. Now what I would do is first add some glow. So we're gonna create an outer glow, and I'm gonna make this one, let's say, green. Like so. Maybe increase the radius a bit. There we go. And I would create an inverted layer mask by pressing Alt or Option and click on the mask icon, and then go to my basic brushes and, whoops, with a very low flow of, let's say, 3% or 4%, I would just brush back some of the particles wherever I want them to appear, let's say. And you can see that these particles, they just work very well with anything that's bright or that kind of stuff. Now, of course, with particles, there's more things that you can do. So let me show you one more example. Let's go to our first example image, and I'm going to create a new pixel layer and select my particle brushes. I'm going to press B on the keyboard and increase the brush size a whole lot and look for some brighter particles, so somewhere around here. I'm gonna click once, and I'm gonna add some outer glow. So I'm gonna create some green outer glow like this. I'm gonna increase the radius a whole lot to make it look more dreamy, let's say. And now I'm gonna use a very basic brush and my mask to mask out the particles from right around here. And like this, you can really easily create the effect of fireflies. Now, of course, there's some more work to do as usual, but this is how easy it is to create some fun fireflies. And this can also be used, or this brush can also be used to create snowflakes or to create sparkles from a fire or that kind of stuff. Now, if you haven't done it already, go download the free sample pack. You'll find the link down below in the video description. And if you really enjoy using these brushes and you want to find out more about the Ultimate Photo Manipulation Brush Bundle, you can now get the whole brush bundle, which consists of 80+ brushes, and soon we're going to upgrade it to version 2. We're going to add more and better and improved brushes to the whole pack. So if you get the brush bundle right now, you will get the upgrade for free.